Let's go!
From Nintendo and Illumination.
The Super Mario Brothers can take care of the kingdom.
Comes a super-powered adventure. On April 1st.
Pack our things.
The galaxy gets even bigger.
He knows that's my bike, right?
Yes, sir.
The Super Mario Galaxy movie. Rated PG. Only theaters April 1st. Get tickets now.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Introducing Virtuo Up, the latest in a long line of innovation from Nespresso. It's innovation you can touch, sense, and taste in every single cup. With a 3-second start, easy open lever, and dedicated brew over ice button, it's even easier to enjoy your coffee your way. Sip for yourself. Shop Virtuo Up exclusively at Nespresso.com.
It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. That's right, we've done all the work for you. All you have to do is press play and listen. And you could say that I am band curious. I like to get people together and talk about bands and artists and hear why it is that they love them so I can learn to love them. And then we can share that love with you, the listener. And today, whatever you say, whatever I say, whatever. I'm in denial, I think, that I'm not very good at this. We're talking about Sevendust today, and it is kind of hilarious to me, but also makes perfect sense when you think about this band that it took this long to get here. And we'll unwrap that as we get there. But Bryan messaged me, probably like maybe a month back and said, hey, Ryan wants to do Sevendust. So Ryan, walk me through it. Sevendust. Why did you think we needed to talk about Sevendust today?
I think they're just one of those bands that everybody knows, but doesn't really know maybe some deep cuts. And I don't think I've ever met somebody that has heard of them that doesn't like them. And they're just like and in the music world, I know they're just like, they're huge, but they're still like, they're not mainstream, but they have a huge following. So, I think I was like kind of like a disservice that we hadn't gotten to it and even gotten to it sooner. So I felt like it was a good one to put out there.
Yeah, to your point, and I'm sure this is going to come up a lot today. I feel like they were popular for a minute, but there is something about them, and again, we'll keep unpacking this. They should have been more popular. I mean, like it feels like at worst they're on par with a lot of their counterparts. It feels like they should have gotten a lot more love. So I would guess, Bryan, that's kind of, I mean, again, this is kind of your wheelhouse here. So talk to me about Sevendust.
Yeah, they're one of my favorite like metal bands, and yeah, like they're not. They kind of almost fall into the category of like Godsmack. Like if you've heard one Sevendust song, you've heard every Sevendust song, but like they're, I don't know, they're more than what I think people think they are. And they have a huge following. Like they're the only band that I've seen like second to as many times as like Pearl Jam, like my favorite band of all time. And they're like, whenever like they're around, I just, you just can't miss them. They don't have like this great technical like show with like they're very simple, like even in their concerts, but something about them is just like entrances you. And like I just think they're just like an awesome metal band. They're not flashy, they're not fancy, they don't have a lot of technical, they don't have a lot of ripping solos, but they're just like a solid metal band.
Yeah, I mean, solid metal band. That's a good start. And Danny, this is your first time here. Why is Sevendust the band that brought you here?
So I'm with Brian. I think they're one of the best metal bands. One of my favorites for sure. And I think that they are extremely undervalued and underestimated. If you've ever seen them live, they steal the show. I mean, they're one of the best live bands I've ever seen. And when you hear a Seven Dust song come on, you don't even have to hear Lejean sing yet. You hear the first couple opening notes or riffs or whatever, and you're like, oh, that's a Seven Dust song. They're very recognizable. I mean, they are in a league of their own.
There is an energy about Seven Dust songs that you're right. Like I feel like, again, I am a passenger on Sevendust. Like I definitely recall them coming up. I remember, some of the hits, and I remember, them kind of climbing the ranks and becoming pretty huge. And again, like, doing the work here seems like not big enough. But like, there is an energy to their songs that really seems like it would lend itself to a live show. And unfortunately, I mean, they've come through here God knows how many times. They're anybody who's listened to the show for any long amount of time has heard me refer to FM 99 bands. They're 1,000% a 99 band. So I guarantee they've probably come through here like 30 to 50 times, and I just have never been able to catch them. It's wild that I mean, to be fair, there was a good portion of my life where I was actively trying to not see at 99 bands, but strangely enough, I just haven't seen them. So again, we're talking about like an energy. We're talking about their live show. They have a really deep catalog. They've been around for a while. I mean, they're not some scrub band that comes out, puts out two, 3 records, and then disappears into the good night. Ryan, talk to me about, like, again, you being a fan for their career. Like, talk to me about what you're looking for when you're putting your 20 together for this one.
It was hard for me, to be honest. There's a couple albums that I didn't listen to that much, and more their stuff that I don't listen to compared to what I do. But I kind of think when you look at them, I think they're like, it's kind of like Tale of Two Bands. Like, you've got like your big radio hit songs, and even songs that weren't made for radio, but they're the big songs that they play live. Like, you're going to hear a certain song. And then there's other songs that they have that are just like really heavy, or an acoustic track or something like that that just doesn't fit their mold. But like, trying to weed through all that stuff and saying, okay, here's 20 songs, and you're going to get a little bit of everything. But it's more like I guess you could say this is more like a wish list, set list that I want to see them play.
Okay, yeah. I mean, some people will see how that turns out, but like, some people have definitely approached it that way. Brian, I think you kind of spearheaded what we brought to the game, because we had to leave albums and songs. We had to leave some stuff on the table. So talk to me about like the choices as far as what we left off the table, and then talk to me about how you crafted your 20 for this.
Yeah, so they have a big discog. I remember we were talking about it in the chat, and I was like, like, usually for these we would just go like first 6 albums, like, on a big, but they needed to be like kind of moved around a lot. I consider like the first 4 like absolutely had to be there no matter what. And then Ryan suggested Blackout Sun and Cold Day Memory, had to be part of the list, which those ones I didn't know as well. So I knew a couple songs off them, but not like the full albums. Like I knew the first 4, especially Home and Animosity are like my comfort zone for Sevendust. So like those ones I knew the most. So when I did my list, I definitely tried to like I think I mixed it up a lot. Just kind of like Ryan said, like um eh, there are singles, but then yeah, there are songs that like sound like they could be radio singles, but then like you look it up and you're like, oh, that's not like a radio song. That's just them. I try to mix in some of the different stuff, have some different sounds, you know. And I did try to mix them all in.
Okay. Uh, I apparently went to start talking over you, so let me insert a marker there. All right, so Danny, this being your first time here, and apparently not having like a good grasp of what this is, like in some ways that could have helped you with putting your 20 together for this. So talk to me about like what you went through, like what your thought process was for bringing the songs you brought today.
Yeah, I mean, like the other guys have mentioned, they have a huge catalog of songs, and I was actually looking for a couple of them as I was considering the ones that were on the list. And I was like, hey, wait a minute, there's some like hit songs that I would have definitely put on my 20 that didn't make the cut. And so then I found out like, yeah, we had to kind of limit the albums that were in there, which definitely helped me because I was actually like my list was up to like 34, 35. And I was like, all right, I got to knock this back down to 12. But I mean, for me, I've been a diehard fan of Sevendust pretty much since the beginning. And it was pretty easy for me to put together a list of 20 songs. I mean, I went through the catalog and was like, yep, that one, for a variety of reasons. And I think my favorite thing about putting this list together is revisiting songs that I forgot how much I love them, but then how much it jogged like my memory or like a particular memory I had of like where I was when I heard that album or when I heard that song. And so it was fun. It was fun to go through that list and put that together.
So here's what I found, because I think I was around that same number you were, Danny. I think I had somewhere between 35 and 40 on my first pass, and it was all like even. I found myself, with an even amount of everything, and when I'm going back through it, I found myself really drawn to self-titled, Home, and Animosity. Yeah, Animosity. And I mean, part of that is like, that's what I know from them. Part of that is I know it from going to ICP shows and, other, not necessarily metal shows, but rock shows. Like they would play that in Deftones Adrenaline, like while you're waiting for the band to set up. I remember hearing Home a lot at the Norva here in Virginia. So some of that is just familiarity, but kind of to the point that you guys have all kind of made, like those three, well, especially Home and Animosity, a lot of those songs may not have been radio hits, but sounded like they could have. And I think that kind of speaks to the kind of overarching thing I'm trying to point out here, is that this band should have been bigger. I'm very happy to hear that they have a huge following, but I feel like the fact that they're still chugging along, I feel like they should be in, I saw Limp Bizkit's come back around. I saw Korn kind of never really went away. Deftones never really went away. I feel like Sevendust might be in that next wave of let's revisit these guys and let's give them the props they deserve, and hopefully that's what we're here doing. So I definitely, I guess to kind of put the finer point on it, I definitely leaned on the first three records because I feel like that does the best job of what we're trying to do. Get somebody into Sevendust, and some of it's slick. It's just great tunes. And I have something from everything. I'll add that too. I do have something from everything. It's just, I feel like there's like, I hate to use the term cleanliness because that's not it, but like there is like an accessibility to the first three records that I feel like it's just on its face value, which kind of goes to like what Danny was saying, what you guys were all saying about like how they are live. So I think that kind of maybe inadvertently is what drew me to those records. So I don't know. I feel like I'm going to kind of be a spoiler here. This seems to happen all the time, especially with metal acts. I'm always way off the mark, but we're going to find out. So Ryan, based on everything that's happened so far, everything you've heard out of everybody's mouth, there's 4 of us, mind you. How many do you think we're going to get through unanimously?
I don't know. I'm gonna go with 5.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a good number of songs. I think that we'll all be like, yeah, that one needs to be on that list.
I know for a fact there's one that I was listening to beforehand that didn't make my list, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I hope that you guys have it just so I can go, no, but like, let's come back to that. So Ryan's taking 5 off the table, Brian. Is 5 too high? Is he too optimistic? Or do you think we can do that and beat that?
Yeah, there's a lot of places to kind of hide in this discography. And like I said, like there's the single, like we might find that like the cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
And we're all going to hit like on the same kind of like more radio friendly songs, whether they were singles or not. Man, I want to say 6.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. What do you think, Danny? 5 and 6 are off the table.
Ryan made me nervous when he started talking about there's more songs in those albums that he didn't listen to than he did. So I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna say 4.
Okay. All right. Okay. This leaves me the predicament of being the dick and undercutting all of you and going low. There's a lot up in the air here. Like I'm not sure how well I dug into the discography, right? We have a new player. There's 4 of us. All that math leads me to think low number. Now, I could take all that information and just go, I feel good because there's 6 songs that feel like they should be in, and go positive. And you know what? F it. I'm going to go positive here. Let's go 7. I'm going to fight all my feelings and go above. I'm going to take the 7. You know, why not? Worst thing that happens is we do really well. So, all right, we're going to take a quick pause, and when we come back, we're going to play the game. Mr. Program Jack. And with that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. The 4 of us have combed through a selection of the Sevendust discography and plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to mash together in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you in case you have never given Sevendust a time of day. All right, so the question remains, I've tried to mix this up a lot. Sometimes I do the thing because the thing does the thing. Or I can go with the song that brought me to the dance because there are Sevendust songs that I knew going in. Or I can go to a song that I have a better appreciation for now as a grown-up as opposed to when I was a, 20-something drunk out of my mind. I'm tempted to do the thing. Yeah, I'm going to do the thing. Do it. The thing for me is whenever I'm getting into a band, if I push play on the playlist and the first song on the first album tells me everything I need to know about the band, I'm sold. And Sevendust does this. I got Black.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had to have that one on there.
Was that everybody?
It's on my list too.
Yes. I mean, maybe not a surprise because that's one of those songs where I didn't know that I knew. Like I remember it getting play here on probably both the rock stations, but definitely 99. It was very familiar immediately, but again, it does the thing. And if you listen to this kind of goes back to the conversation we were having before. It's Sevendust, even though I didn't know it was Sevendust. So, boom. 1 in, unanimous. We like that. That's not a bad start. All right, Ryan?
I'm gonna go with a fan favorite that's played at most of their shows, and I'm thinking this one's gonna be another unanimous, but go with Face to Face.
Yeah.
Well,
That is not on my list.
What?
all right. Well, I don't feel so bad then.
Only 2.
Yeah. See,
You didn't have that either?
no, I did not.
And
Well,
when they play that one live, it's they hit.
See, me not having that makes sense because I wouldn't have known that.
Mm-hmm.
Danny not having that, that's. I mean, you guys can go over that, but all right, Face to Face, get the 2. It's not dead in the water. I mean, it's a 4-person panel. It's still quite alive.
Yeah.
All right, Brian.
All right. Where am I gonna jump in? I'm gonna jump in on a different album too, because we're gonna do different albums. Go to Animosity. Let's do Praise.
Yes.
Yep.
On my list.
Another one in.
Hey. All right.
It's all 4?
That's all 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Let me cue that up so I can give you thoughts on it because sometimes I don't remember. Animosity has a nice polish to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, their debut, obviously was like the breakout album, but it wasn't as commercially successful as Home. Like Home was like their first big commercially successful radio hit album. So like Animosity was the follow up. So it almost felt like Home 2.0, but a little more balanced, I think, and better in some ways.
Better in some ways, he says, but praise, singing praise on the record, praise gets in unanimously. All right, Danny. Now, here's something I'll say. I will say it's not smart, or I don't suggest starting with a favorite. How about that? You do what you want. I don't recommend starting with a favorite, though, because it always leads to heartache.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go to. Let's go to Cold Day Memory. I'm going to go with Strong Arm Broken.
Yes.
Nope, not for me.
No, I can't. I can't bring that to a 3 either. It's a 2.
It's a good one.
I don't have much to say about that. Like, again, it's not a like or dislike situation with the back end of what we chose. I have a lot more in the front end. That's all. I mean, I don't want to sit on it too long.
Yeah, same.
I think it's going to be hard to find everybody in those. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make is it's going to be hard to find everybody there. All right. Let's do the one that brought me to the dance. It's a hit, but it's the first one I knew that I knew. How about Waffle?
Yes.
Yeah, I put it on there too.
There we go.
I feel like you can't have a Sevendust list without Waffle on it.
I thought about that, but it was at least in Hartford on Hartford radio. It was played a lot.
It was.
And it burned me out, but it was like you said, you gotta have it, but it wasn't like my favorite to have on the list. I put it that way.
I was going to say, you sounded pretty hesitant on that. Like you didn't really want to, but you kind of did because you kind of had to.
Not that I had to, but of all the singles, I guess you could say, all the popular songs, that's probably my least favorite.
Interesting. Well, I mean, obviously everybody's different, but like when I think of Sevendust as somebody who is really just now doing the work on them, it's like the song I think of.
Yeah.
And now, but to your point, it did get a lot of play here, but it pretty much disappeared. And part of that is because I just don't listen to the radio anymore. Part of that is I think some of the other songs that'll probably come up later get played more. I mean, I can't speak wholly to it, but I feel like for at least a good couple years when I was still listening to the radio, this song went away. So it was like when I heard it, I was like, oh fuck yeah! Like again, it was the song I knew going in, but like when it came up, I was like, oh yeah, I loved this song when it came out. I forgot. All right, Ryan.
I'm gonna go with this one just because I kind of fought to have the album on there, but Black Out the Sun.
I have it.
I also put that on my list.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Well,
that was I kind of thought that one was gonna be like. Like I said, I kind of fought to put that album on there. That's probably my favorite album of theirs. And I could listen to that, start to finish all day. But that's one of their better songs on it too, I think. I was surprised that it's on everybody's list.
Yeah, I was happy to take like the dive on that album. There were 2 or 3 songs off that album that I just knew just from like doing like a shuffle on Sevendust or like this is Sevendust on Spotify. But like, yeah, listening to the whole, being able to play the whole album front to back was a treat.
Yeah.
Like here's one thing I'll say is it feels like, and look, I will never begrudge an artist for taking chances, right? Actually, I really appreciate that in an artist. But for me, like as somebody coming new to the band who is really trying to kind of boil down what the essence of the artist is, Black Out the Sun lives very comfortably with all the songs that we've brought up already. And like all that earlier stuff while still sounding like the next evolution without straying too far from what they are. And, to me, that's a song that you can go, which album is that on? You go, Black Out the Sun. Wow, I haven't heard that one. And then suddenly there you have your in to an album that sounds a little different from some of the rest of the stuff. Yeah. So that's the way I looked at it. All right. Black Out the Sun. I got to tell you, we've got 4 in already. And
it's crazy.
Have you ever had a show where you made 10 with the entire panel before you even cut songs?
Oh yeah, just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did like 13, 14's the max. We did 14 on Hendrix. And then we did 13 once.
Yeah, that's Hendrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's happened a couple times. It's not like it happens all the time or anything, but
yeah.
I'll say this, like 2 of these are not ones that I was even thinking though. Wait, do we have 5? Oh wait, no, it's 4. It's 4. I accidentally, I was shuffling these around on the playlist.
We're about to have 5.
Oh, are we? Let's hear it, Brian.
All right. So we actually made it through the intro without mentioning the that Sevendust gets put into, and they are not new metal. People wrap them into new metal because they came out in 97.
Yeah.
So any band that comes out in 97 is automatically new metal. I see them as more as like one of like the pioneer a metalcore like bands, like very like melodic, and then they get heavy, kind of more like an Under Oath type band. And this song off their first album is that. That song is Bitch.
Yeah, man.
It's on my
I didn't
list.
I didn't put that one on my list.
Hey.
You didn't put Bitch?
I'll tell you, it made it into my 34 list, but when I cut back, that's one of the ones that I cut.
Well, I got cocky saying here comes the fifth one, but yeah, you get the vocals, and then it just like erupts. And to me, that's like a metalcore song. That's not new metal.
Again, this is a song that I knew, but didn't know it was Sevendust going in. I mean, again, you listen back to it and I was like, well, duh. Like, I can't believe that didn't track. But like, again, this is a song I probably heard a million times at an ICP show, waiting for the show to start, or, went to see Relative Ash a few times, like something like that, where I'm just waiting for the show to start and they play Deftones Adrenaline, they play Sevendust self-titled Sevendust Home. Yeah, like I heard it a million times, and so familiarity definitely brought it to the dance. But then when I was listening to it just before we went on, I was like, no, I definitely made the right choice here. I love this one. So, all right, 3 though. 3 is good. I mean, it starts putting these 2s further away from conversation. But Danny, where you want to go?
All right, I think I'm going to go to the Home album, and I think we will have a 5th one from this one. Anytime I think of Sevendust, Denial always comes to mind. That's a number 1 song. Like if I was going to show somebody, I'm like, yeah, this is like the signature Sevendust sound. So I'm going to go with Denial.
Yeah, man, I got it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so
there we go.
I want to hear. Was that a hesitant? Yeah, Brian, that sounded hesitant.
Who me? Oh, on Denial.
Yeah.
A little bit, just because they kind of like Waffle. It was like an overplayed song on CCC, but I mean, you can't deny Denial.
You can't deny Denial. Can't deny it.
I used to play it on my college show all the time. When that album came out, that was my go-to on it.
I mean, again, I think Danny put it well. Like, Waffle's what brought me to the dance, but I think Denial's the one that still gets play here. I do feel like I heard Denial way more. Like, Denial was a bigger hit. If I'm correct on the timeline, I think Waffle is what broke them to the next level. Denial was the follow-up hit, I think, but I might not be right on that. All right, there we go. And just like that, we're sitting at Ryan's 5 with so much gameplay left.
And we're done. And the show's over. Ryan wins.
All right, so we're back to me. And, I mean, I still feel like there's a couple possibles out here. Let me come in here into the middle a little bit and trot out some of these that stuck out to me. How about Disease?
No.
Didn't get that one.
Not on my list either.
Wow. I'm the first. I mean, it really does not shock me that I'm the first in the bin. I shouldn't act so shocked, but okay. All right, Ryan?
I'm going to go back to Black Out the Sun. Heavy hitting song, kind of reminds me of Denial and Black. I'll go with Decay.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I didn't have that one.
Oh, man, that song. I don't know. Like I said, that's an album I front to back all the time. So that's one of those that I always stop and turn up a bit.
All right. Brian?
Oh, sorry. Do you know that Sevendust's original name was a rumblefish? And that's the song I took.
I got it. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I wanted it on my list. I don't know why I didn't put it there. It's like that's a concert show or that's a song they always play live too.
Yeah.
I didn't have that one on my list either.
All right, we'll take that too.
All right. We'll take it.
Still alive. And I think we're almost out of NTP as well. Danny.
All right. So Animosity is my favorite album from Sevendust. And I remember where I was when I bought the album. I remember how the album made me feel. It's for like Ryan, Black Out the Sun's a front to back. Animosity is a front to back for me. So I'm going to go with Crucified.
Put that one on my list.
I don't have it.
Me neither.
It's Animosity's right there with me too, but yeah, I had to make some hard cuts.
I know it's cliche to say this, but I feel like it's worth bringing up. I honestly could have made a case for most of the songs on Home or Animosity. So it was really almost a coin flip on those records for me. So that was a 2?
Yeah.
2.
Okay, just making sure. All right, we're back to me.
We gotta get us back on track here. We're kind of slipping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I honestly don't know if I have any. Maybe I might. Let's go with the title track from Home. Home.
Yes.
Nope.
No.
Ooh.
That's a 2. Though.
That's funny because I didn't have it. That was like I went on Home, and maybe I'll learn later that I should have stuck with the other song.
All right, it's a 2. And Ryan?
I'm gonna go with another opening track and go with Splinter from Cold Day Memory.
Yeah, I got Splinter on mine.
Oh yeah.
Such a good play, but no.
The reason I really gravitated to Splinter was it does something that a lot of Sevendust songs don't do. It has a technical metal intro. Like the intro sounds like it could be like Megadeth. Like it has a very technical intro, which they don't do a lot. And
Yeah.
that's what,
Yeah.
like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh fuck yes.
All right. I mean, again, a 3 is just about as good as in at this point. So, and we officially have cuts to make, on the other side of it. So it can only get harder from here. Brian.
All right. Let's go back to Face. Let's do Enemy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's mine.
I didn't put that one on there. Should have been, but I didn't.
Oh, we'll take that 3. We'll take
3.
that.
All right.
That was going to be the one I was going to pick this last round. So, all right. Ooh, these 3.
Yeah, I was going to go with Enemy also. So I'm moving on to my next one.
Yeah, the 3.
I'm going to go back to Cold Day Memory, and I'm going to go with Last Breath.
No.
Not on mine.
Can't save you. No. All right. Yeah. All right. Let me see. I'll try a Cold Day Memory one. How about Better Place?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I overthought the room. All right. Ryan?
What about Prayer?
Fuck me. I think that was 21.
Yep. I have it.
I also have Prayer.
All right. I was the odd man out there.
Take them.
I feel like I said, I feel like that might have been 21. Everybody but me. And I think the 3s just edged out the 2s, depending on what Ryan, who is still sitting with the final say right now, what he chooses. All right, Brian.
All right. I got the Lear sitting here, so we will say it. The closing track for Animosity, I think it's an awesome song. Angel Sun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. It's on my list, but I thought about dropping that one.
Ah.
And the main reason... Go ahead, Brian.
I understand. I think I almost didn't take it because it's different. Honestly, because it's not like standard Sevendust.
That's why I left it on my list. Shows
Yeah,
diversity.
Yeah, it does. I think the main reason I didn't leave it on my list, or I put it on but thought about taking it off, goes back to another show we did for Guano Apes.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost consider that a cover song because it was just Lejean singing with the guys from Snot on that Straight Up album. So it kind of was like, is it a Sevendust song or is it a cover song? And I want to showcase Sevendust. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, we'll retackle this when we get to the end because I had the same thought. I ended up leaving it on just because it's really good. But I remember when Straight Up came out, and I remember, this song getting a lot of play at that point. And I think at the time I didn't clock that it was Snot with Lejean. When I went through it, this time I was like, wait a sec. Like, I actually went and looked at Straight Up, and I looked up like information on Straight Up. I was like, oh wait, that makes sense. Yeah. It's the band with all these lead singers. So we can retackle it, but as it sits right now, technically it's our 6th one in. We'll tackle that when we get to the end of the show. But
Okay.
All right, Danny.
I'm gonna go to maybe one of the less popular albums. I'm gonna go to Seasons, and I'm gonna say Suffocate.
No,
I have it.
Wasn't on mine.
I got it.
All right, so that's a 2. Let me first put the Angel Sun there. I forgot to put that one through because I are smart. And then Suffocate.
I don't know how I never picked up on that because I remember when I played Animosity, when I heard Angel Sun, and I was thinking, I remember this being more acoustic-y. Like, because the version I was used to hearing on the radio kind of was like acoustic. I was like, I could have sworn that this was a fully acoustic song. And then when I heard it on Animosity, it was like, oh, no, okay, maybe I was wrong.
All right. We're still on, let me see what I got left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we got a couple more rounds in us, I think. Let me try out one of my Animosity songs. How about Trust?
Yep, it's on my list.
Yeah, it's on mine.
Yeah, I do.
Hey.
Wow.
All right, so that takes us to my 7, which really...
Wow.
We may need to take Angel Sun just so I don't win. We'll get to that.
I didn't even clock that Angel Sun was the 6th one. So wow, there we are, 7. Jesus.
I mean, there might be another 1 or 2 out here. Who knows?
Yeah.
Look, man. Again, I hate the broken record here, but I really could have made a case for every track on Animosity. I really could have. And it's, I'm going to use the word pretty, but not the way most, when I think of slick and clean, Toxicity Like there's like an LA sheen to it. And I've always said this, especially with metal, if you can do that LA sheen, like clean, slick production right with metal, oh fuck, I love it. So there we go. Trust is in. And that takes us to Ryan.
All right, I'm gonna throw this one out there just because it's another acoustic song. That's or lower, I guess you could say acoustic-ish. Picture Perfect.
Nope.
No.
See, that was my like alternate to Angel Son. Like that's like a song that they do. That's very slow. It's very melodic, but it's not like it wasn't a radio hit.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's off Black Out the Sun, so it's a favorite of mine.
Yeah. I think I had that on my first pass, like pretty much for the same reasons that you were talking about. Like it sounded different and
yeah.
All right. Brian.
All right. So I picked just to finish the album out for me. Maybe this is a spoiler or not, but so I picked 4 songs from Animosity, and 3 of them have been gotten through with 4. So I'm gonna pick my last song from Animosity, which is of Live Again.
Yeah.
Nope.
Brian broke it. It's on my list too.
All right.
We'll take 3 though.
I almost swept Animosity. There we go.
I mean, that's a pretty good record. Ooh, we are
all right.
We are in for it here.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the Black Out the Sun album, and I'm gonna go with Cold as War.
Oh, it's such a good song. It didn't make my list, but that's would have been like one of the next ones.
That was a tough cut.
Yeah, I can't save you there. Cold as War. In the bin. The brutality of this show. All right. I think what we'll do here is we'll do one more round and then we'll dump out. So maybe I'll come back a little earlier. How about Bender?
Nope.
Nope.
Overthought the room. Damn it. Okay. In the bin it goes.
Oh, wait. You actually... So I forgot. So I was going to mention this when we picked our 20. So, damn it. I almost took Bender. And then I'm like, no, I'm not going to take it because I almost took it because I knew Justin would pick it for one simple reason. I also didn't pick it because I knew Justin would not pick it for one simple reason. And they're both the same reason. The reason is that it's sung by Chino.
I mean...
So, knowing Justin's a huge Deftones fan, I was like, oh, Chino. I'm like, no, he won't take it because it's not like Lejean singing, it's Chino singing mostly, so...
Man, sometimes... again, I guess
you
overthought it this time. I was a little bit more face value this go.
You're like, oh, fuck it's Chino, I'm taking it.
Yeah. I mean, the same could be said about PJ Harvey. Like, if anybody listens to, like, every episode, there's a lot of bands who show up and have a song with PJ Harvey. I'm like, oh, fuck. I got to, because I love her. Okay. Ryan.
How about Unraveling?
Nope.
No.
That is a song that I was listening to a little while before we went up that I almost tried to make room for. This show, sometimes it just isn't worth, figuring out which song you leave out. So that's kind of why I left. I was like, I already left it out. I don't want to boot anything out at the last minute. So, all right, Brian.
How about Faithless? Blackout Sun.
No.
That's on mine.
No. We'll take
I got your back, Brian.
Yeah, we'll take that too.
There you go. I won't get far, but we'll take it.
I mean, it's at this point practically dead.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. We've right now we're sitting on my 7, so I guess technically I could save it. All right, and Danny.
So everything else on my list, except for one song, is from Animosity. And since I know that's not on Brian's list, I'm going to go with Broken Down.
No.
That one's on mine.
No.
Hey.
No, I don't.
That's a 2. There it is. All
I
right.
only have 2 left.
Look at you. I still have like 4, I think. All right, let me shuffle this and then I'll dump out here from the top. Let's see. I haven't done this one yet. How about Wired?
Oh, that's a good one. It's not on my list, but it is a good one.
All right. Speak?
Nope.
Okay. Confessions Without Faith?
Nope.
No.
Mountain?
Yes.
Hey,
No.
I'll take that late too. And then last but not least, I know at least Brian doesn't have this one, so that means my 7 is going to hold up, but we'll discuss that in a second. TOAB?
Oh, I love that song too.
No.
Tits on a board.
All right, I'll take that one. As of right now, I'm winning with 1, 2, 3. Why does this say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? This says 6, but that says 7. All right, well, we'll tackle that in a second because technically I win with 7, but we'll come back to that after you guys dump out. Ryan.
See, I did Nobody Wants It.
Nope.
No.
Unraveling.
Nope.
No.
Shine. And
Yep.
Dark. Nice.
Shine.
I don't.
And Dark AM.
Nope.
Nope.
I tried.
Okay.
Well, you possibly, again, we'll come back to this in a second. Oh my God, what are you doing, computer? Stop whatever it is immediately. There we go. All right. Brian?
All right, I have one song, and it's my only, it's my last hurrah at a perfect board, and hopefully I reconnect with Danny. Reconnect.
Nope.
Oh,
I see what you did there.
One away. All right.
19 to 20 is pretty solid, though.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Let me mark that off, and then whatever you got just for fun at this point, Danny.
Yeah, I only had 3 left, and like I said, they're all from Animosity. So Follow, Damaged, and Beautiful.
Follow, Damaged, and Beautiful. All right, so let me shuffle this up, and then we'll talk about Angel Sun, and then we'll decide whether I won or whether Brian won by that. I do think it's a great point that it's not the band. I think I gave a lot of weight to it being LeJohn, and it was on the radio. I feel like it was presented as Sevendust. It's also on the Sevendust record, but is it Sevendust? Like, how do we feel about this at this point?
It's one of those, like, it was a huge song.
Yeah.
But again, like, the Sevendust version wasn't the big song.
Yeah.
It was off Straight Up.
Right. what do you guys think, Danny or Brian? Like, how do we tackle? Do we just, it was on all four of our lists. Do we leave it or?
So I just double checked the credits on Wiki, and it's written by Clint and LeJean. So that's half of Sevendust.
Yep.
So I'm if it was just LeJean and it didn't have a credit to Clint, then I could argue it.
Yeah,
we had
that's
the same,
fair.
I mean, there's a Pearl Jam song too. That's there's two Pearl Jam songs that are Eddie Vedder solo songs, but then were re-released as Pearl Jam, and people are like, "Oh, I don't consider those Pearl Jam songs because they were Eddie Vedder songs." But like, yeah, I think it sticks. I don't know.
I agree with Brian. I mean, I think it was on Animosity. It was a different version than the other one, and I also agree with Brian. I mean, most of the stuff that's written by Sevendust is Clint and LeJean, so I'm gonna go with it stays.
All right. I mean, if we want to be true to the game, it got all four of us. So, Oh God, that means I won. Oh no. All right. So here's what we got in already: Black, Praise, Waffle, Blackout the Sun, Denial, Angel's Son, and Trust. I mean, we're already like out hitting homers here. Like that's 7 dingers. Yeah. Let's look at these threes. We've got Bitch, Splinter, Enemy, Prayer, and Live Again. Do we think I'll ask you first, Ryan. Is there one of those that you kind of look at and go, I can't believe we didn't get all of us?
Read those off again.
Sure. Bitch. The timing of that. To be clear, I was not calling Ryan a bitch. That is indeed the name of the song. Splinter, Enemy, Prayer, and Live Again.
I would go with Bitch.
All right, Danny, you're the odd man out there. Is there like a big holdup there, or do you think at this point you'd be willing to let that go?
No, I mean it was on my my extra list, right? It was the hard cuts I had to make, and so it made my 34 list, just didn't make my final 20. I'm good with it.
All right. So that will bring us up to 8. I'm going to ask Danny here if there's one that jumps out to him, Brian. Sorry to jump you, but this is Danny's first time. Let's Yeah.
I played a lot.
Is there one of those remaining threes that you're kind of looking at as, man, I can't believe we didn't get that. That one should have gone in.
So all 3 of the remaining threes were on my list, and
yeah.
I think because I oversaturated the Animosity market, I'm going to stay away from that. I'm going to go with Enemy.
Okay. Hey, that was on mine. Ryan, you were out on Enemy. Is there? Would you rather hold out on that, or you okay with that one?
I would put that one in. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. So that brings us up to 9. And now, look, we've got Splinter, Prayer, and I think we stay away from Animosity. And here's the thing. It's my pick, right? I can pick out of the bin. I can, but I feel like I got all the ones that I really wanted. I mean,
we could take a 4-minute break and you can go listen to Face to Face and just put that one through.
Well, if I'm honest, judging by
I will say we don't have any songs off Cold Day Memory, and Splinter is amazing. But don't let me sway you.
Well,
yeah, it was a toss up for me between those two, and I was like thinking about which one to not pick for Animosity, and it was definitely a coin flip with those.
Yeah.
So, all right. I mean, I'm leaning that way, but judging by the reaction from the room, I kind of was looking at Wired because that was one from me that went into the bin. But I do think there is something to album representation with this band, because I mean, we do have a decent amount of representation, but we don't have anything from Cold Day Memory. I think that's the one. I think I'm going to do that one. That one is going to be my final say. I will go ahead and put that through. And then let's run it down.
Again, the Splinter?
Yeah, going to Splinter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Splint. It also
Nice.
makes me think of in Turtles 1, Splinter. All right. So we've got Black, Praise, Waffle, Blackout the Sun, Denial, Angel, Sun, Trust, Bitch, Enemy, and Splinter. Now, Ryan, out of those 10, which one is the Sevendust song that will live on? Which is the one song you would pick?
Black.
Ooh, yeah. Does the thing, right?
It's the hook.
Yeah. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I was gonna say either Black or but it's weird because they changed from like their first album. Their first album isn't quite as like
It's not polished.
It's not as polished. It's not as like approachable
Yeah.
as the other albums. It's definitely harder, but yeah, I think it's Black.
All right, Danny, what do you think? And I always put this whenever somebody's new here. What happens here, the song that we choose will go on to be the representation for Sevendust in the Best of 2025 episode we do next year. So it's no pressure.
Yeah, I mean, this is an easy one for me too. I mean, for me, I think about Black as being the front runner without a doubt. It's like it's the one that started it all. It's the OG, and if they had the same production budget that they do now with the size of band that they are, and they recorded that same song, I mean, I think you could re-release that as like a timeless, just absolute slapper. So I'm gonna go with Black also.
I mean, how did I start the show off? What was my first song? I mean, when the first song on the playlist, the first song on the first record does the thing, it's hard to argue. And, this does that in spades. It's Sevendust. You can tell that there's room for growth, but it also isn't completely inaccessible. So I'm with you guys. Let's grab Black as our number one, and then I'll get it going here underneath us. And number one, and then I'll run it down one last time for us. Boom. All right. We've got Black, Praise, Waffle, Blackout the Sun, Denial, Angel, Sun, Trust, Bitch, Enemy, and Splinter rounds out our 10. Let's let Black get a moment in the sun.
When you want your spring break to feel like... and your kids' pool day to feel like... and your hotel bed to feel like... ooh, and room service to feel like... because at Hilton, hospitality feels like...
Your cabana's ready. Would you like fresh towels?
It matters where you stay. Book now at Hilton.com. Hilton, for the stay.
Picture this. A curve in the road. A change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
What's great about that intro, it kind of lives kind of near like Rob Zombie and where Power Man 5000 kind of would be, which is a couple years later. I mean, they definitely move away from that, but like it lives there, but is definitely heavier. I'm into it. So away we go. We have done it. We have turned you on to Sevendust, and if you're like me and for whatever reason it took you 25 years to get here. It took you 8 years on the podcast to finally get here. It's a little bit disrespectful to Sevendust, and I apologize for that, but we got here, and we have given you a great list to get started. And I'm so geeked that I finally did the dive on Sevendust, and Sevendust is in my life. We'll talk more about that. We're going to talk about record store finds and such, because we kind of had a mini conversation about that earlier. And you're going to want to hear that. That's on the After the Fact, which happens immediately after this. And as soon as we're done with that, it goes to the Patreon, patreon.com/ohijustin. $1 a month gets you in the door. Like I said, it gets you that After the Fact. It gets you deprogrammed before the rest of the world. The ever so occasional, oh, hi, Justin. A couple times I write or something. I don't know. Things go there. It also gets you access to the Discord channel, the Legion of Stupid Discord channel, and a couple of the special channels in our server. So $1 a month, it helps out a great deal for me, and you get a lot of creation. So we'll say that. If that's not cool to you, that's fine. You can join the Legion of Stupid Discord and just come in and chime in on the discussions. We have a deprogram channel there. We have a Finding Panelists channel there. So if you wanted to come play on the game, we're growing a tree, we're counting numbers. All those things are happening in the Legion of Stupid Discord and more. There's also a bot that likes to get in on our conversations, and we yell at it. And I feel like I've thrown it out of our server like a million times, but it somehow keeps coming back.
That stupid bot.
It's a stupid bot. It won't go away. And we like to yell at it. So I think it likes to be abused. So check that out, the Legion of Stupid Discord. We're a podcast, of course. Subscribe, rate, comment. All those things are super helpful. If you're listening on Spotify, you can now leave a comment, and I can reply to you. That would be super helpful. And if you're going to do that, please leave a 5-star rating. Super duper helpful. Same thing with Apple Podcasts, where most of you are listening. A 5-star review would go a long way in helping this show. Of course, sharing is caring. And the absolute best way you can help this show is by telling somebody that you listen to it. Hey, I listen to Deprogrammed, and you should too. It would mean more than I could ever put into words. And with that, Sevendust. Learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.